Hi, my name is Allison Weaver, and today I'm going to talk to you about standardized testing. Have you ever sat quietly in a chair, staring at a piece of paper for 5 hours, answering question after question, A, B, C, or D, A, B, C, or D, A, B, C, or D, for 5 hours? If so, you have probably taken a standardized test. If you have ever taken a standardized test, then you know how difficult this can be. Even if you've never taken one, then more than likely you will have kids that will have to take standardized tests. So it's important to look into this issue. Throughout my academic career, I have been tested. EOGs, benchmarks, predictive assessments, EOCs, NCFEs, the pre-ACT, the ACT, the SAT, and each test becomes increasingly stressful. Schools should not use standardized tests to measure the knowledge of students because they just cause more problems than they solve. For instance, they cause test anxiety, pressure on teachers, and they don't accurately reflect the knowledge of students. So we need to solve this problem by eradicating standardized testing. One of the problems that coincide with standardized testing is test anxiety. The following information is from the 2016 study on the correlation between standardized testing and test anxiety by Beth Ann Fulton at Walden University. According to Fulton, test anxiety is when a student is unnerved or worried because of a test. These can cause symptoms like fear, sleeplessness, crying, and even vomiting. That fact alone should make people concerned about standardized testing because no one wants their kid to feel that way. However, that fact aside, standardized testing causes more problems, like test anxiety can cause a 300% increase in error in students when taking a test. Along with that, time limits on standardized tests can cause a 200% increase in time, making students do poorly on tests. Students are not the only ones affected by standardized testing. Teachers are also pressured by standardized testing. The following information is from the KEDI Journal of Educational Policy by Min Jong Yoon. Teachers are often pressured to teach to test students instead of teaching so students can learn and grow. Part of this pressure comes from the fact that teachers are evaluated by the grades their students make on standardized tests. If a student scores poorly on a standardized test, then the teacher will be evaluated poorly. Along with that, teachers don't really have a say in what they teach or how they teach it. Standardized tests often coincide with a state-set curriculum, so teachers don't really have a lot of flexibility. Overall, standardized tests demoralize teachers and make them feel powerless in their work environments. And these are not the only problems associated with standardized testing. Standardized testing is also inaccurate in reflecting how successful a student will be. According to an article published by the Pennsylvania State University newspaper with information from Donald Heller, who is the director of Center for Study of Higher Education at Penn State, a student's grade point average and their class rank are better indicators of success for how successful a student will be in college as opposed to an SAT. Along with that, there are other factors that go into what score a student will make on a standardized test. Those factors include test anxiety, time limits, personal issues, and illnesses. Why should one day out of the 2,340 days of a student's academic career have so much weight in their lives? Now that we know the problem, we need to figure out a solution. And that solution is to eradicate standardized testing. Over the past few years, the U.S. has increased standardized testing because in 2000 we received a low rank in the Program for International Student Assessment, or PISA, according to Lionel Hancock at Smithsonian Magazine. After that low rank, George W. Bush signed the No Child Left Behind Act in 2001, as stated by Beth Ann Fulton. And ever since then, standardized tests have continuously increased in the United States. Some people may say that standardized testing is beneficial because it allows the student to learn and to grow, but ever since 2001, the U.S. PISA rank has continuously decreased, according to procon.org. Along with that, One of the top schools for education, or top countries for education in the entire world, Finland does not use standardized testing, according to Linnell Hancock. Standardized testing also costs the U.S. $1.7 billion a year, as stated by Beth Ed Fulton. We could use that money to increase teacher pay and to hire more teachers so students can have one-on-one help like they do in Finland. We can then use overall student work to measure the success of students. In conclusion, standardized testing causes a lot of problems. Some of those problems include test anxiety, pressure on teachers, and they also don't accurately reflect the knowledge of students. Therefore, we need to solve this problem by getting rid of standardized testing and measuring student growth with their overall work. So now you need to ask yourself this question: is standardized testing worth it?